With the Patriots' loss on Sunday to the Bills, they have now owned the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, and there's a lot of speculation on what the Patriots should do with that pick, who they should draft, or maybe they should trade up. So that's exactly what we're going to break down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Before I break down my takes and show you guys the ins and the outs of the latest rumors, my question for you is very simple. Who do you want in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft? Go ahead and comment down below. I have a very strong feeling I'm going to see a lot of Travis Hunters in the comment section, which I'm fine with. But I'll break down what I would like Robert Kraft to do in the GM chair and the owner chair and what he could possibly cook up this offseason for New England. So go ahead and comment down below, and let's get into it. First and foremost, shout out to Mac Jones. He is still helping the Patriots, probably more now than he ever did when he actually played for New England. But the reason why we are giving love to Mac Jones here today is because he led the Jaguars to a loss. That did move the Raiders from the second place in the draft all the way to the sixth place in the draft, which has now set up the Patriots for the most beautiful options in April. As you guys can see, the Giants right now, they're horrendous. They're absolutely terrible. They're so bad. I don't even know how they're established as a football program right now. But then there's us. We're not the worst team in the NFL. Then the Jags, Titans, Browns, and as you guys can see, the Raiders. And I'm going to talk about the Raiders more so on the back half of the show, but I want to break down what it would mean to possibly get the first pick in the draft. Because right now, I'm okay sitting steady at number 2. But I do not think we're going to secure another win this season. Although the Patriots did show out against the Bills, they only lost by 3 on Sunday. I have a feeling the Bills are going to be a very different team in Week 18 when we do play them at home. And, of course, we do have the Chargers. We have the toughest strength of schedule for the remainder of the season. Whereas the Giants, who could possibly secure a win in Indianapolis versus the Colts, that game is home, but they're definitely losing against their division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. So I do think they could maybe pick up one more win, but I highly doubt Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, whoever the hell is the quarterback this Sunday, is going to be able to muster up enough to win another ball game. So I do think the New York Giants will stay at number 1, and I do think the Patriots will stay put at number 2, which I am perfectly fine with. There's a lot of options, whether it's players or trade assets, that the Patriots can work with here at number 2. And that's the question, right? Should New England keep their number 2 pick, or should they trade down and allow somebody else to pick Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, somebody else, the Raiders, that may need a quarterback? The Patriots took care of that last year. There are several things New England needs to work on their roster this year, and possibly having a couple extra draft picks, it wouldn't hurt. But I'll break down my opinion here in just a moment. Now I want to ask you guys this. Should the Patriots keep or trade their top pick? Type T for trade, type K for keep. You guys about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. Feel free to comment down below. Stick through it. I'll be right back with my opinion on what I think Robert Kraft should do for New England. I think he should trade. I think he should trade these picks away. And he'll still have a first-round pick. I could actually see him possibly cooking something up with a Raiders or maybe another team, the top 10, that needs a quarterback. And we really know there's 2 quarterbacks in this draft, Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. I think the Patriots can use number 2 at their leverage to get whatever they need in this upcoming draft. But if they do keep number 2, there's obviously a lot of talent there, but my favorites that the Patriots could end up taking with that number 2 pick, I mean, it's kind of obvious. You have to put Travis Hunter in there, the Heisman winner, the best player in college football. He plays wide receiver and cornerback. But I really do like Tetairoa McMillan. He's my favorite wide receiver for the Patriots because he's 6'6". He'd be great for a very inaccurate quarterback like Drake May has been his rookie year. But I also love Kelvin Banks. But the beauty of loving these players, other than Travis Hunter, you can get Tetairoa later in the top 10. You can get Kelvin Banks middle of the pack in the top 10. Maybe a 5, maybe a 6 pick in the first round. Doesn't necessarily have to be number 2. But when we look at the NFL draft class as a whole, I mean, it's great. It's good. But I'm not going to write home about it. We're probably not going to talk about the 2025 NFL draft class except for a few players in the next 10 years when you're sitting at a bar talking about your friends saying, hey, who went first in the 2025 NFL draft? There's only a select few that are really going to have the lights shining bright on them. And for New England, who has several positions in need of help, and the reason why I want to go with a trade here and not pick up somebody like Travis Hunter is because the Patriots need so many positions filled, not just one. So on the back half of the show, I'm going to give you guys proposed trade that I think a lot of you guys will actually agree with me on, but you're going to have to stay tuned for it. Before I hop into that, I do want to tell you guys to go on ahead and get your daily fantasy sports on with Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I played along with 10 million active users, so if you guys want to test out your skills, now is the time to do so. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. And join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. Not to mention, it's the easiest part of your day. All you guys have to do is pick more or less on at least 2 players, and right now, you could win up to 1,000 times your cash. You can run your game all season long on Prize Picks. So my picks I did end up going with are going to be Jordan Love less, Josh Jacobs more, Jaylen Brown more, and Nikola Jokic to have more than 1 point on Christmas Day. Why? Because that's a free square that Prize Picks is giving to you for the month of December, and we know Jokic is going to score 1 point. So that's pretty much a guaranteed win. If you guys want to go on ahead and get started, that's an even easier process. All you have to do is download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. The reason why I say they should trade their #2 pick and not pick up somebody like Travis Hunter is because if you had a well-equipped roster with some already stars on the offense and defense, then yeah, plugging in a Travis Hunter along with a Christian Gonzalez, it's beautiful. That's a fantastic duo. But you're also sorely lacking at the wide receiver position. You also have a horrible right tackle and a very mid left tackle. When you look at the Patriots' 53-man roster, I would say more than half would not be starters on any team. They would be practice squad players at most. When you look at your offense, you've got 2 starters, Hunter Henry and Drake May. Everybody else would be coming off the bench for any other team in the NFL. Travis Hunter, if he does decide to be a cornerback, would be great with Christian Gonzalez. But you also have Alex Austin. You've got Marte Mapu. You've got a pretty good secondary, although it can use some tweaking. I don't think Travis Hunter fills all of your needs, especially if he comes in as a wide receiver. I think you need a 6'6" target for Drake May, because if there's one thing I know for sure, you cannot teach 6'6". When I look at the Patriots roster, there are several positions that just to think off the top of my head: left tackle, right tackle, a guard, an edge rusher, a safety, a cornerback, a running back that doesn't fumble. There are several. I didn't even talk about wide receiver. Wide receiver, like 7 of them. There are so many positions that if you end up taking the second pick and you take Travis Hunter or you take whoever, that's great. But guess what? Your next pick, 2nd round. But if you possibly trade with somebody, move down the line a little bit, pick up number 6, and you pick up another pick in the 2nd round, and you pick up possibly another pick in the 2nd day of the draft, now you're starting to get assets. Not an asset, assets. And when you look at my top players, obviously I want a lineman in the draft. Even at number 2, you don't really need to take Kelvin Banks. You don't really need to take Teteroa McMillan. The only person you should take with number 2 is Travis Hunter. And I don't think the Patriots need Travis Hunter. I think the Patriots need a 6'5", 325-pound brick wall to block Drake May's left side. So if you want a guy like a Kelvin Banks, who I am all for, he could more than likely fall to a number 5 or a number 6 because the teams ahead of you need other positions than an offensive line. And when I look at other teams that do need other positions, I'm looking at the Las Vegas Raiders, who got absolutely shafted in Sunday by Mac Jones, and they ended up winning. They wanted to lose. They ended up winning, and they dropped from 2nd to 6th. The Raiders are going to be looking for Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. They're going to be. They are going to be more than willing, in my opinion, to trade for the number 2 pick, which the Patriots have. And like I said, if you trade and move down a couple of spots, you can still get your top guy. If it's a Will Campbell, if it's a Kelvin Banks or a Ted Aroa. Travis Hunter may not be there anymore, but we weren't really eyeing Hunter, at least in my opinion, in the draft anyways. So, Mitchell Renz of the Raiders Report cooked up this little trade idea here, is that what if you send the number 2 overall pick to Las Vegas, and they take Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward or one of the quarterbacks there. We move down to number 6. You pick up Kelvin Banks. Awesome. Guess what? You also just picked up another pick in the 2nd round, which we got Jalen Polk last year. He was a bust, but now you can get another good wide receiver and possibly another good wide receiver, or maybe a wide receiver in a corner. Boom, you just solidified Travis Hunter's positions. And then you go and you get another 1st-round pick in 2026, all because the Raiders desperately need a quarterback. And what happens if you get a Kelvin Banks Jr. at that number 6 pick? You have completely won this trade. You need assets, not an asset, and that is what Travis Hunter would be. So, would you guys accept this trade? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know in the comment section down below. I love this. I think New England should trade up. I don't think that we are in a desperate need for one specific position like we were last year, which was the quarterback. You got that, you're done, it's off your hands. Comment it down below. So, when you've already got several positions of need, you're not really eyeing the draft with like 100% laser focus. You got free agency. You've got trades. You've got $140 million in cap space. And then you've got the 2025 NFL draft to try and have a successful rookie class that wasn't necessarily this year. The Patriots are in the perfect spot with the number 2 pick. You can trade down. You can take the number 2 pick. There are several options, several players. If they can end up keeping this number 2 pick, I think this would set up New England for success in the next season. But I also want to preface, and please do not get me wrong, I would be 1,000% happy with Travis Hunter. I think we can definitely utilize him and maybe even a little bit of his fandom, bring some public eye to the Patriots again since nobody really wanted to watch him this year. I am totally fine with using Travis Hunter as a wide receiver or a cornerback for the Patriots. It's just not what I would make my first move with. I would rather trade than pick up Travis Hunter. But I don't want anybody in the comments being like, Allie, you never wanted Travis Hunter. I do. I just have better options, in my opinion. So, moral of the story is, I'm glad I'm not Robert Kraft because I don't want to make these decisions. I just want to talk about them and talk to you guys about them on this channel. I don't want that. I want the money that he makes. I don't want the decision-making that he has. But nonetheless, he's either going to trade or he's going to pick Travis Hunter. I think there's only 2 options at number 2. The Patriots do keep it. And this is why you guys subscribe. We will be live for the draft in April. All the months leading up to it. We are 2 weeks away from the Patriots offseason. We've got a lot to discuss this offseason. So go on ahead, do one thing for me, and subscribe.